Jack, I mean, you had a little bit of a time out of the side through injury, but you've come straight back in and fitted back in seamlessly.
Yeah, I think it was about 6 weeks out. Just a niggly, unfortunate calf injury, which I've never experienced before. Worked as hard as I could with the physio team to get back as fast as I could to help the boys. Whilst I was out, the team was doing really well, so it was just me kind of just making sure I was there if needed. And Lawrence, unfortunately, got an injury as well in his calf, and he was performing really well. It just meant that I could kind of slot back in on the left-hand side. And last week I went on the right-hand side. Still feel like I'm getting up to speed a tiny bit. I don't feel like I'm probably at the level I was probably at just before the injury, but I'm kind of working hard as possible to ensure I'm doing well for the team.
What a start to the season you made as well. I mean, we know obviously about your fantasy league exploits and all of that sort of stuff, but I mean, you kind of dreamt for a better start to the season from a personal point of view. Yeah,
it was a good start, and I think collectively as a team, we were in a good spot as well. We just had a couple of results that didn't go our way. I think that especially that screams out for me is the Grimsby game, not the Grimsby game, it was the Walsall game, wasn't it, where we lost 1-0, but I thought we were really good that day and we didn't come away with any points. Personally, it was good for me. I thought I had a decent enough pre-season, came back as fit as I possibly could, and yeah, it was a good start. I think the team, like I said, when the team's doing well, it's easier for you to perform well. And it's about me kind of getting back to that now, and hopefully that'll be things to come.
Obviously there's the dip at Bromley, but got straight back on it at Colchester last week.
Yeah, it was two completely different games. I think the Bromley game you could see was extremely physical, how many crosses that you had to defend, how many throw-ins, corners, whereas we knew Colchester was a completely different side where it would be more football on the ground, goalkeeper wouldn't probably kick it long, and I thought we adapted quite well. I think we made 2 mistakes for the goal, me being one, which was really disappointing on my end. But I thought kind of as a team, collectively, our shape was good. We limited them to quite a few opportunities. And I thought it was quite a good performance, and it was brilliant for Joe to come back and get the winner in the end, and a good win and good to get through to the next round of the Cup.
I suppose the difference between those two games shows almost the split in League Two, doesn't it? The teams that want to get the ball down and play a level of football versus teams who think that going long is the way. There's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
But it shows there is a distinct split.
I don't think there's no right or wrong way. I think you see stuff in the media now. I remember seeing, I think it was Sean Dyche in an interview where he was basically saying Tony Pulis was getting stick for all the long throws a few years ago, and now corners with Arsenal, everyone's kind of jumping on that bandwagon of how important they are. I think I've played in teams where it's been a completely possession-based team. Last year at St Johnstone, and kind of when I came into the side last year here, I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think it's just looking to your opponent and seeing how you can exploit that. And I think more often than not, teams in this league, they tend to play a direct style of play, and it's up to us to kind of take accountability of what we're good at and show them what we can do. And I think against Colchester, we showed a different side to our game. Kind of, we played more out from the back. We were passing it through the lines more, whereas Bromley probably wasn't that, and it was just disappointing in the end for that goal to go in.
I mean, on that though, I mean, with the height that you've got, and obviously Marvin as well, you've got long throws from John Mellish and Callum Patton, set pieces as well. It is an element of the game that's becoming prominent again.
Yeah, it's massively important. I think I've scored. Especially against the Cheltenham game, there was quite a few set piece goals. I think I scored one. I think Offie might have got one. So they're so important, and we've got quite big. We're a relatively big team as well. There's me, Pato, Marv, Gilbs. We've got quite a big team. So it's up to us to utilise the strengths that we have in different ways. Whether it's a long throw, whether it's a corner, we just need to make sure we're all kind of at it and know exactly what we're doing.
What sort of things are you expecting from Barnet then? Are you expecting them to be relatively direct?
I think we're expecting them to be quite direct, to be honest. They do change the way they play. They've got different variations of the way they play. We've watched clips of them. They're a really good side. All teams in this division, they've got good attributes, and I think especially when you look into Barnet, they're only 3 points behind us. So we know they'll be strong, physical. They're fit. They go man to man. So we know exactly what we're expecting. It's going to be a really tough game, but hopefully we can get on the winning side of it.
And a massive travelling contingent. I mean, the away fans in particular have been amazing this season. There's been a lot of sellouts along the way, and you know this one might be on the way to another, but they've been great, haven't they?
No, they've been absolutely brilliant. I think all the away games you really look forward to them as players. The away fans have been brilliant this year, especially I remember for me the Newport away game. That was a great feeling. We've won after the game, and the fans really took to me as well. And it was just a really good buzzing moment. And like the away travelling fans have been fantastic this year, and like we're seeing, I think it's 1,200, isn't it, going to Barnet. So you've got to remember as well how much money it costs people to come to games, transport, how expensive things are. So to put the effort they do to come and watch us, we need to ensure that we give our maximum every time and hopefully deliver for them.
Especially after 3 games away in a row as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's difficult. I was a fan myself. I was a Burnley fan with my dad, and we used to go home and away, and it's tough, like how much travelling you do, and you kind of, when you go in as an away fan, you're kind of hoping there's a home game to break it up and stuff. But with the fact of 3 games on the bounce, that the amount of support has been incredible. It really does help us, and like I said, I've got really fond memories of after the final whistle, and hopefully on Saturday, if we have a good win, there'll be a brilliant moment after it.
When you were out injured, you stepped into my shoes and you took up a game on commentary.
Yeah.
How did you find that? And you know, are you maybe looking at something like that down the line when you hang your boots up?
Potentially, I didn't. I didn't mind. It was something completely different. I'd never done it before. I'd done it kind of like similar-ish, but never like completely done it on a game. I didn't mind it. It wasn't something like I'd done, but like I said, I'm happy to kind of help and play a part and fit in for the team.
So does that mean when I'm off in a couple of weeks, you don't fancy stepping in and doing my job for me?
Don't fancy doing the match reports and all that. I'll leave them ones.
Nice one, cheers, Jack.
Jack, we're a quarter of the way through the season, had some good results, we're still in the FA Cup, high up in the league. The players must be well fired up at the moment. What's it like in the changing room?
I think the morale's really good. I think kind of with football clubs, you look in like different dressing rooms all the time, and I think this year there's like a different environment, which the managers set out, which is really important. Dressing rooms are so important in football clubs, winning ethos. But the fact that we're winning games tends to help the dressing room naturally. We're satisfied with our start, but we know that we can be better. There's been a couple of losses or draws in there that we know that could have gone our way. So we're happy with how we start, but we know there's more to come, and hopefully we can show that.
Because there is the danger, isn't there, that players can start to relax a bit when things are going well and everyone's got into a routine. I guess that's not allowed here, is it?
No, I don't think that's allowed here. I think when you look across the team, there's so many different players that could play in different positions. We've got some brilliant players that probably aren't playing at the minute. So you know that if you come off your game, then there's someone kind of itching to try and get into your position. So you've got to keep your standards as high as they possibly can, and obviously when you make a mistake, just try and bounce back from it, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But that's the good thing about this squad. We've got so many brilliant players that you kind of need to be on it on a day-to-day basis. And I think in training, you can see everyone's positive, everyone tries to give their all, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, because competition is good for players, isn't it? And it's good for the club too.
Yeah, it's massively important, especially if, for example, when I was playing in the team, I was doing personally quite well, and Loz came straight in and was like fitted my straight in and was brilliant, and the team didn't kind of, it was just they were back winning. So it's important if you're not playing that you kind of keep it's easy as a footballer when you're not playing that you can kind of get down in a way, but I think we've not seen that here. Everyone's kind of upbeat, everyone knows the situation we're in, and if someone comes out the team, someone's raring to go, and we know what they can bring to the group.